Welcome to Sukeban International. This is our bank show for New Year's Eve.
Yay!
New Year's Day.
Happy
Yes.
almost New Year. Oh, wait, it is New Year in Japan. So, 明けましておめでとうございま
Oh,
す。
no, yes, it already
It is.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It is.
Yes.
Sure.
So, this is a special episode.
Yeah. So I'm actually refraining from the Shinnen no Aisatsu. I've decided that I'm mochu this year. So
Oh, that's right.
for my puppy, which is I guess there's different feelings about that, but I'm going mochu.
Well, it's your family, so
I feel
on behalf of us, 明けましておめでとうございます。Happy New Year, and
Yeah.
今年もよろしくお願いします。
今年もはいお世話になりました。
はい。
Happy New Year.
All right, so we have a special guest today.
Yes, and we are
And-
starting off with them because this is a special one. That's a New Year episode.
So this I've been trying to get him for months, and finally I'm so excited for this episode. Majin Obama, and not Majin Obama.
What's going on, guys? Hey.
What's up?
Obama is huge in the fighting game community.格ゲー界 no team. What, you run a team? You run team
Yeah.
Team Liquid? How does that work?
No, I do a lot of different stuff, but like I work for a media company that heads a lot of the productions in our space. I run probably one of the biggest weekly events in the world. I play, I stream, I do commentary. I'm kind of all over the place in a bad in a bad way, but yeah, I mean I'm here regardless.
It's not a bad way.
No, be able to do one man show is actually the skill that we all need. So
It's great, but it's better to do something well than do a bunch of things okay, you know. But I've kind of accepted my role as like a jack of all trades, just kind of like do whatever. But thank you guys for having me here for 2026
Thank you
on,
for-
International.
yes, thank you so much for being here. Jen told me that she was trying to get you as a guest like moment we started this. So it's been months. So we're really excited to have you here.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask this question before we even started the show. How did you guys meet?
Let Jen say it. It's not me.
So I'm usually lately I'm not so much, but for a while I was on Twitch a lot watching people play mahjong.
Yeah.
I was also streaming, but I'd also jump into other just to support the English speaking mahjong player community. And one time I ran, I don't know if we were rated in there or something, but I ended up in No Pants' stream, and he was playing mahjong. And I said, "Hey, I'm a pro. I can help you if you want." And I think like okay, No Pants and Obama even more has like hundreds of viewers all the time. I have like 10, but so I wasn't even sure if he actually saw the message. But I was like, no, like I'm seriously a pro in Japan, so I just left it there. And then I ended up in his Discord somehow, and they were talking about me. They're like, this person said that they were a pro, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. And they started a mahjong channel, so I was in there, and then so No Pants has been a moderator for you, John?
No, he's just some guy we know. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean that too. But the big thing is like we play a lot of games, we stream stuff. He got in the mahjong for a bit, and I think that's how he knew you.
Yeah.
I am kind of I'm a weirdo. So I get like in moods where I have like an addicted personality. So that's why like I stay away from drugs and alcohol. So the way I protect myself is I don't do things, right?
Right.
But when it comes to competition or games or something, I tend to get into things like that, right?
So you basically find a different, like a substitutional addiction instead of going the extreme possible addiction.
Maybe, yeah, you can think of it that way. You can think of it that way, maybe. But I get like in kicks when it comes to games. So like, just for example, there was like a week or two where I was just really into chess, and then it passed. Then I hop on this game, get really into it. But the one that's been kind of persistent, I think, in the past few years, in the fighting game space, for some reason, mahjong really caught on. And, it's been a game that's always kind of been around me. Like, I think when I first came to Japan, one of the older ladies that I used to work with, she taught me how to play Hanafuda. So her husband was like a shogi beast, right? So he was like showing me the difference between shogi and chess. But mahjong has always been the one that's kind of eluded me. And so I started playing FF14, and obviously mahjong's in that game. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna actually commit to learning how to play this game. And so naturally, I think Jenn kind of came into the picture because she obviously has, publication, and she's done that kind of thing before. So I said, you know what? If you teach me, screw it, man. Yeah, I'll do whatever you want. Just give me. At some point, I want to go on like the mahjong grind like that, just to be able to try to play it. I like being able to. I was just talking about this on stream, but I like the idea of you guys play like Final Fantasy references. Right?
Yeah. Well, actually, I was going to ask, I did not know there's like a mahjong aspect of it in Final Fantasy. I'm not a game person, so I usually watch somebody playing that. So I don't think I'm like knowledgeable in the area. So
in 14, there's multiplayer. They have mahjong in the game.
They have like a whole online mahjong thing. People have tournaments on it.
Wow.
So in the past 5 to 6 to 7 years, maybe, a lot of fighting game people got into Final Fantasy 14. So they all started hopping on mahjong. So I think I got influenced by that.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So to the point where at some of our big events where people travel and go and to play, they'll have mahjong tables and set up, and people will just start playing.
They've started bringing mahjong sets to the big like Evo events.
So I guess I'm the kind of person who I like when I can go someplace and no matter what people are doing, I can play or I can throw down with them.
That's awesome.
You're playing dominoes, I want to beat you in dominoes. And when you're done with that, if you want to play poker, we can play poker. When you're done with that, we can play. I like being able to just sit down and run any game with you.
Yeah, that's definitely a talent. You're definitely a chosen one. That's an incredible talent.
No, I'm not at all. I'm not, but the point is, I want to be able to play regardless.
Oh, I see.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not about even if I'm good or not.
But sounds like you're making it happen. Yeah, that's either way. That's an amazing thing. Yeah,
so
that's
actually,
very cool.
When I was writing my book, I was talking about being a foreigner in the professional mahjong scene in Japan, and I said something to No Pants about if it was similar in the fighting game community about foreigners in Japan being in that, especially when it started to take off outside of Japan, and there's a lot more non-Japanese people in the community. And he said, ask Obama. And so then we started messaging and went out. We met in Takaranobaba one time to talk about it. And I actually mentioned him in the book. And I have a copy of my book to give to you that we haven't been able to exchange hands with yet. But
this is the year.
Yes, this is the year, and Obama's going to learn mahjong and get my book finally. You don't have to read it, but you have to have it because you're in it.
You should highlight the parts that he's mentioned. That would be really cool. Like, it's so rare that you will be mentioned in the book. So that's a special one.
I think that's a badge if you want to be able to throw down with people like, oh yeah, I'm in this, like the only English book on how to play Reach Mahjong.
Yeah, there you go. I would write that on the profile and the bio or whatever. I would.
Right. So, and I've also, I have tons of FGC friends because of that, because there's a huge overlap now in the communities. And then also, you've been in Japan since
14年 he told me.
2012.
Yeah.
I think March or April 2012. I can't remember now.
So we like calculate things based on the big earthquake tsunami, basically. So
it was less than a year after that, I think.
Yeah.
So it was March 2011. So
So it had been like 2012, I think, probably.
Yeah.
So this is a bilingual podcast, and I actually did approach Obama before we had decided who's going to host it and stuff. I came up with this idea, and I did also message Obama about that. As I had an idea that it would be like rotating hosts at that point, but Sayaka was so excited and so ready to do it that it just became so now everyone else gets to be a guest.
That's cool. I mean, it's more like a podcast almost, right? Between
it is a podcast. Yeah.
It's totally a podcast. So 普段は日本語と英語を交互で使ってる。両方使ってるからもう自由に。There's no translation. It's just what you feel like speaking. So we
喋りたい時にどっちでもみたいな。
そのような番組が珍しいと思うんですが。
そうなんですよ。そう。だからやろうっていう話してね、ジェン。
そう、実は私、さやかに会ったことないです。
そう、一回も会ったことなくて。ここだけの関係。
びっくりしました。めっちゃ仲が良いから。ねえ。あとと思ったんですけど。
そう、まだこれを初めて3ヶ月で会ったことなくて、それまでにインスタの DM でちょっと会話したぐらいだよね。
そう。まあいきなり。このポッドキャストやりたいんだけど、興味ありますかって私からメールしただけ。
そうで私もっていいよって知らないけどって。そう。
もともと友達と思ったけど。
そういや全然もう今年じゃないか昨年か知り合ったばっか。夏とかかな。
8月ぐらいかな。So we had a mutual friend and then I just messaged. Yeah. So the tamatama, we have been in the same building before. We have been in the same club before in different rooms. I heard her giving her. Do you know Tokyo Comedy Club? Tokyo Comedy Bar.
I've never been. I've seen advertisements for it. I know what you're talking about.
So I was in the lobby buying a T-shirt, and she was actually on stage, so I could hear her. But その時はまだメッセージも何もしてなくて that was like the first time I ever like got a real feel of who she was.
She knew of my name because like she was thinking about doing this kind of a podcast. So then she talked to our mutual friend who is comedian and also he's a poker player. So she was like, hey, like I'm thinking about doing this kind of podcast. Do you know anybody that's like bilingual and like, that's Japanese either like how did you wait?
No, it wasn't even that. He said likeなんかそのコメディで通訳が多分下手か分かんないけどコメディが通訳できないみたいなでなんかさやかっていう友達ともメールしたんだけどなんかあれは簡単なのにとか送ってきたって He just told me he was messaging you while he was in Japan.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
And then later he showed me your Instagram and I said like, oh, I think like I would be really interested in his work. Is it okay if I follow her? Like I don't know. I don't want to be like stalking your friends, but
というのは、みんな笑い芸人に興味ありますでしょうか？まだ活躍してますか？
一応、I do stand up comedy. So I live in LA, so I do stand up. こっちでやってて、で、たまたま4月に I went back to see my family. あとゴールデンウィークに近くて、ゴールデンウィークに家族と過ごそうと思って I came back. And because 鹿児島だからいつも一回東京に泊まんなきゃいけないのね、一旦。So then I was like, since I'm gonna be in Tokyo,I heard about the Tokyo Comedy Bar, so I'm going to do stand-up one time. So then, at least on my resume, it says, I did the stand-up not just in here in America, but also in Japan, So I did that. And so that night, Jen was coincidentally at the lobby when I was doing my set that night. So that was a whole coincidence. But we didn't know each other back then. She just knew of me through our mutual friend. But I guess this podcast idea was not even there. But そうだからスタンドアップコメディこっちでやってます。
そう。いや、なんかそのアイディアはあったんだけど、多分その友達には言ってない。I hadn't told him about it because I didn't. He's like a really, really successful like commentator, podcaster, and everything, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not at that level, so I didn't feel comfortable just like telling him about the whole idea and stuff. I wanted to get it going first.
So, I mean, Jen, you go and see stand-up comedy shows often then?
Oh, I love stand-up, yeah. I really love it. And this guy also had done a set at Tokyo Comedy Bar.
Yeah. I told him about it. He was like, I'm going in Japan. Like, does anybody know any place that I can do stand-up? And I was like, go to this place. I've never been, but that's where everybody goes. So,
英語で？日本語で？
英語なの。The Tokyo Comedy Bar, when I did the show, I think there are only 2 Japanese, including me, and everybody else is like from all over the place. But it's the place that as long as it's like a stand-up comedy form, you can do 日本語でも英語でもどっちも。そう。みんなわかるからね、どっちもね。So, it was just such an interesting, unique place, I would say. お笑いとか好きですか？
いや、僕めっちゃ好きけど。
本当？
めっちゃ好きで。What I was thinking was like, oh my God, like, I think so. Public speaking is already difficult, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Stand-up comedy is really difficult.
Yeah.
Stand-up in your second language, I think is like, kill me now. I don't want to. That sounds crazy.
Well, but like the way you like are fluent in Japanese and English both, I feel like you could do it. Like you already have the personality. You have like a very specific flow of talking. I feel like you actually have a natural way of being funny. I was just thinking that actually.
Oh, I think to a degree.
Yeah.
That's probably natural just for people who have lived here or study or like try to speak for a long time.
Yeah.
But stand-up comedy, that's a completely different category of guts.
Yeah.
And then like doing that in your non-native language, I think that's crazy. That's like you need some crazy confidence to do that.
Yeah. You have to be crazy, that's for sure. And I take that.
That's cool. That's respect on that. That's
oh,
crazy.
Thank you. Do you watch both comedy, like stand-up comedy, and also like 日本のお笑い？どっちも見る？
I feel like 日本のお笑い、まあバラエティでとかテレビでよく見るけど、まあジムとかサウナでよく見る。
そうだね。よくやってるからね、バラエティね、ずっと。
そして長年ダウンタウンとか
わかる。
見ますが。
わかる。うちも
想像しやすいと思うんですが。
そうだね。My husband is American, but the way that we got really close was like I love Japanese variety show and お笑いが好きで so I would watch it here and there, and then he was like, what is that? So do you remember 笑ってはいけない? It was like one of the downtown TV series, and they used to do that like every New Year Eve. So I showed him one of them and he got really into it. So yeah, we were like a downtown generation.
And then like the bots, yeah.
そう。わかりやすいからね。It's universal. Yeah.
I think my favorite show used to be エンタの神様. It's like just a Saturday night and just like 漫才. There's some individuals as well.
あったね。ソロピン芸とかね。コントとかね。私はもう。私は M1 も毎年見てるから。
So like maybe Japanese, what maybe I get used to watching throughout the year, throughout the week, I see a little bit. But with English speaking comedy, I'm kind of weird. So what I'll do is every like 2 or 3 years, I'll like for 1 month or 2 months, I just watch a ton of like I watch stand up, a lot of stand up.
Yeah, yeah.
I catch up every like 2 or 3 years. Like, oh yeah, this is really going.
Yeah.
So maybe the last time I did it was like a year ago or something like that. I watched a whole bunch. But
Damn,
yeah,
that's cool.
the problem is I think stand up in English now is it feels strange. Like it's not. I feel like there's not so many now. It feels like it's a smaller pool of talent that's releasing new stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I think a lot of it is because so much social media and stuff. A lot of people don't want to upload that because that's their set. So if they go to another club the next week, they can't do the same set. So you'll see a lot from the people who change it.
It's just the way it feels. I feel like there's way less.
I get what you're saying though, because like when you're watching Netflix, you only see like a certain faces of comedian releasing their special, and then you'll be like, where are the other people? Like I've seen them like doing their Netflix special like a once a year almost, but like where are the new one? Like I think that maybe like there are a lot of platforms that you can showcase your thing, that it is like maybe like a certain platform is like taking a hold of like a certain comedians that's like big name money making and things like that, and then those that are don't like go into the different platforms. So unless you go to Amazon Prime or YouTube, like a lot of my comedian friends have special either released on YouTube or Amazon Prime, because that's the easiest way for people like us to, like us, but I mean like if people are not necessarily like A-listers, to find a way to publish the special.
I was about to say that. Like, I think probably with Netflix and some of the bigger studios, you get used to seeing them kind of pitching the like S-listers or whatever. But back in the day, we had like Comedy Central or BET or platforms where you would be able to see these people like not necessarily S-class, but like the other groups of comedians. You'd be able to see them more regularly. But as time has gone on and YouTube and stuff like Instagram have become more popular as platforms, now you see a lot more people probably trying to get their cut in that way, right? So like someone like Josh Johnson has been doing really well, and
I was gonna bring him up, because Josh Johnson he changes his set like every day, basically based on the news and stuff.
He's constantly like literally. It's kind of cheating because like his set is just talking about the news. So
he never run out of material
every week. So it becomes easy. Not to say that it's just it's easy what he does or anything like that, but I'm saying like, man, he doesn't even have to think of some shit. Like he can just watch the news and they give it to him.
I think he's just a genius.
There's some people who chose not to like do that route, like like I don't want to do all these like what is it, like not relatable. What's the word? Relevant stuff. Like some people like choose not to go for like a comment on the news, what's trending. Like their thing is to like go for more like universal, like what they think is funny, and try to not to like stir up this like controversial thing. So for those, there's definitely like a less opportunity for them to like constantly having a new joke. Because like the news itself is a joke now that it's kind of easy to like pick it, but you still have to be funny, but definitely you don't run out of the material if that's your thing. Yeah,
and I think a lot of it too is probably like you have to carve your own lane kind of when it comes to content. It's so much more wide open now, so it's easier to probably get your stuff out there. But getting it to stick and getting an audience and building an audience with that, you really have to do that like probably through YouTube and social media. And because it's more accessible. Way more people can do it now. But it's still really, really hard, I think, to punch through I would say like it feels like there's a glass ceiling almost.
Yeah, no,
it's really
for
hard
sure.
for some people to get past that barrier.
And comedy is so daunting. I love it so much. I have a set in my head, actually.
Well, then
I
you just
cannot imagine. No. It's funny to me. I have never experienced everything that's funny to me definitely being funny to other people.
I think the Judd Apatow once said that like comedians are like has a lot of complaint, and as long as they have a lot of complaints, You never run out of material. That's how my jokes are like the frustration as an ESL. Some of the things that we say in English is just like don't make sense. So like it's kind of like a tsukomi, right? I'm like, why do we say this? Because from my perspective, it's this and this and that. So like it came from a frustration. It came from like complaint. So
that's interesting to think about. I'm like, man, I could talk for it. Why do ATMs have closing times here? Isn't that crazy? Nobody is working at the ATM. Why is it closing? It's
exactly. That's the joke.
I'm sure everyone's thought of that at one point in time or whatever, right?
Oh, but listen, I never
just focus on complaints.
See, yeah, I never heard of that. So like once you like think of it, you just do it. And that's just a difference between comedian and non-comedian. Like we all have thoughts, but it's just like us comedians are crazy enough to like, I'm gonna complain about it in public. You know?
Mine is my set that I've been cooking up in my head is it's the difference between obasan and oba-chan.
Oh my God, it's so frustrating, isn't it?
I don't want to say it all here. Maybe if you come, then maybe
keep it there.
Yeah.
Keep it there. But I do have an opinion about that. So oba-chan and oba-chan, like it's just a difference of a little bit of elongating sound, right? So if you mess it up, it's so easy to mess up. So like when I was becoming an actual auntie, my brother was having his first baby, and I was like, don't let your child call me Oba-chan because that makes me extremely old and I'm not mentally ready. I was like, they better call me Nene, no Oba-chan. I don't like, let's not do that. That's so fair. Everybody call me Sayaka Nene. Oba-chan makes me feel hella old. And I'm like, who the lazy fuck that came up was like, oh, auntie's Oba-chan, like grandma is Oba-chan. It's like, what the are you thinking? Like, what the are you thinking?
Okay, how do you feel about being called Auntie Sayaka?
Auntie Sayaka is fine. Auntie sounds cute, but I think Tia sounds the cutest. So I have this like Latina friend that has a baby girl, and she would call me Tia cute. Sayaka. Yeah, I was like, I will be an Asian Tia all day for you, you know?
Okay, this just made me think of this, but John, you're from Louisiana originally, right? Like New Orleans area. So is there like, I've never been there. Is there like actually a big kind of Creole thing? Like, do you speak any, or do they have an auntie word?
The way it works is, no, every family, there's like 4 or 5 different ways to say aunt. And every family is like, just picks one. But
funny.
What you're talking about, language wise, there's a particular like dialect of French Creole that is spoken there. But that language kind of died out with my great-grandmother's generation.
Okay.
I see.
So the reason is, this will tell you a lot about the people there. they're kind of assholes. So their generation would speak French Creole when they were talking about something that they didn't want the children to understand. You understand?
Okay.
So like if they're like if they're talking shit about somebody and they don't want the children to know, they'll start speaking that. And instead of teaching the children how to speak it, the language just dies.
Oh man.
They never taught them how.
They're just like, this is our secret language.
So like it's a secret code.
My grandma can't really speak it either. So
what a shame! It should have been handed down like as tradition. Damn.
They don't think that far ahead. They're just worried about themselves.
Yeah, they didn't think about protecting their culture. Like, no, we rather protect our secret.
They think about it now, but they didn't think about it, back then.
That's so funny, though. I don't think my grandparents' generation were intentional, but Kagoshima has a very thick dialect, Kagoshima band. So when they speak it like full on, I did not understand it when I was little. I really thought they were speaking completely different language. So I bet they were like doing it on purpose sometimes. They probably saying some like talking shit, but they just like covered it up.
But were they able to also speak like Hyojingo as well, or because and like sometimes you get to the older generation and
my grandparents could never. They could only speak this Kagoshima dialect. So if they would like go outside of Kagoshima, they are done. They're done.
You just when you said that, you reminded me of something. So this year, on a bicycle, I rode around Japan for like 5 weeks. So I started in Fukuoka. I went across across Kyushu to Beppu. Then went from Beppu to Yawatahama in Kyushu. Not Kyushu, Shikoku.
四国だね。
Then I went all the way across Shikoku to Naruto. Then went to Awajishima.
わあ、すごい。
And then crossed that, went to Kobe. Then Kobe, from like Kobe to Biwako. Biwako to Fukui, all the way up to Kanazawa and Niigata.
うわ、すごい。
Took a boat to Hokkaido.
おお。
Took another boat to Hokkaido all the way down to Sendai. And then I rode all the way back down to Tokyo.
かっこいい。
Good.
One of the most like humbling experiences. So I'm sure you, Sayaka, you probably go through this in America sometimes. When you're in the environment where you speak your second language and you meet someone who, so you talk about Kagoshima Ben. When you meet someone who has an accent or a Ben that is so strong, you cannot understand them at all. There was one moment specifically I remember during the bike trip. It was a taxi driver in I think I was in Shikoku, and it was like he wasn't speaking Japanese. I was like,
yeah,
I couldn't understand anything. It was his accent and like the dialect he was using was so thick. I never heard anything like it in my life. It was like something out of an anime. I was like, are we even speaking the same language? Like, you just like, as soon as you said that, like thinking about like older people sometimes when they talk and how you can't understand them, I was like, oh my God, that happened. I was shook. I was like, what are you? He was just asking me where do you want to go? But like, it's the way he asked it was, I'd never heard anything like that.
Even the simple one. Yeah.
Simple
throws you off.
I felt so bad. I was like, oh my God, I don't. But then I thought about it. There's people that speak English that I'm like, what did you just say? Like, that's happened before too. So I guess it goes both ways.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this the other day. I was talking about it to somebody, but my friend from England, Gemma, who does all this stuff with me, my like partner in mahjong, she said she was watching Coming to America and she could not understand the barber scene. And she's an English speaker, like, it's not just
I can
the
believe
second
that.
language.
That's very believable. That's very believable.
But it sounds very clear to me. I mean, I know there are some, like a lot of slang and stuff that I don't understand in American English right now, especially the young people.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Tell me about it.
But the barber shop sounds very clear to me. So I don't even know how to explain it to another English speaker when they're like, they don't understand,
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I never thought about that.
Sorry, I jumped on this like a random topic, but I know Jen usually has like a series of questions for guests and things like that. So if you want to
get those questions
all the time,
I usually do, but this was very last minute, and so I don't really have a.
It's holiday time. We don't have time for that kind of work.
Listen, freestyle.
I do have a translation complaint though. I was making mashed potatoes for Christmas this week, and I was thinking, what we call the pits on potatoes in English?
See, that I don't know already. Pizza potatoes. I don't think I ever heard of it. What is that?
In Japanese, jagaimo no me.
Hi. Pizza potatoes.
No, in English they're called the eyes. And so forever until my kid got this little kid's cooking book with all the furigana on top of it.
Right.
I thought jagaimo no me was me. It's not me. It's a different kanji.
No, it's not. And I didn't know we call it here the eye. I didn't know that.
They're called eyes
that
in English.
Really sounds like a lost in translation situation.
It sounds like it, but I mean, they must have just been like separately, and then they just happen to sound the same.
I
But
guess so.
so yesterday I was very distraught about my 20 years thinking that jagaimo no me was their eyes in
I
Japanese as well, and it
I
was not. It
understand.
was their like bud.
Yeah.
Bud? Is
Yeah.
that
But
yeah.
but かな。
But isn't that like a good feeling though? The fact that so you speak at a high level, you can read, you've been studying for that long, but even in spite of that, you learn something new every day. I think
Yeah.
that's something you should be happy about.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
I
happy I
like the
learned.
way you look at it.
Like you're better than you were yesterday. Think about you like think about
Wow.
Yeah, part of it is that, but part of it is like, oh my god, in 20 years and I still don't know this word that's
Which
in a
I
children's
understand.
cookbook.
so that sucks. But the other thing too is like how many people try it's something you're at the level where you have to put in mad effort to feel like you got better.
Aw.
You know what I mean?
そうだわ.
And
That's
so
the
it's
way
like
to look at it.
because it's just like it's a belt. It's a curve, right?
Mm.
As you get higher and higher level into something, the effort that you have to put in to make gains becomes that much greater. So if you get a
Such a
freebie
niche
like this
thing.
where you just like, oh, I didn't know this yesterday. You're just like you just instantly got like a little bit of the curve for free. And to say that you've been doing it for like X years, that's a good feeling to me. I'm like, man,
Oh
I'm
my God.
automatically better than I was yesterday.
I need this positivity in my life.
There you go.
daily.
And this is why we have today's episode. Like it's a new year, new you, goals or whatever.
You're better
that's
than
the
you were
vibe.
last year. So
There you go.
2025, what's that? We're
I
already
love
on the
that.
next one.
I love that. Wait, so I have a question for you. So like how did you end up moving to Japan?
Excellent question. Can't give you an answer. I don't know. I just ended up there. But I originally started. I went there. I planned on a trip to go.
Oh.
And by chance, I ended up in a job interview in the first few days. This is in Chiba Prefecture.
Oh.
I got the job. It was just like teaching English in some countryside.
Like the ALT system.
So I end up in super countryside Chiba, like no man's land. It's near Kujukurihama. So
hi.
It's on like super eastern Chiba. So this was like 14 years ago. In my mind, it was country, but it wasn't like, it was still like a little lively. But something that really shocked me was, when I told you I rode my bike around the country.
Yeah.
I rode through that town again like a few months ago. And that area is you can, when you firsthand see some of the like decline in some of these really, really countryside areas.
Yeah.
It's not just Japan, obviously. Like this is happening in America and other places.
Yeah.
But when you see it like that up close, man, I was shocked. So I went to I ended up in that town again that I first stayed in when I came there. I stayed in Chiba for 2 years at first. In that place.
Yeah.
I went to like a batting center or something like that. I just I was just swinging balls or whatever. And there was this guy there, and I was like, "Oh, hey man, what's up?" I just I said what's up to him. And he was like, "Hey, like you swinging?" We just started talking, and I was like, "Hey man, like I used to live here actually. Like why is this no one's here anymore? What happened to the beach? What happened to all that stuff?" He's like, "Come here, man. Let me show you something." And he showed me the pictures of all the high school baseball teams every year. They had it on the wall. And it's like every year just got smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
Wow.
He's like, dude, there's no kids here. There's no families. Everybody's dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, you never really think about it, but then when you see it, you're like, oh man, it in only like 10 or 10 years, 13 years, however long, that's such a big change in that area.
Yeah.
And then when you contextualize it with like the Bears are taking back the countryside this year.
Man, for real.
The Shishi and stuff like that, they're going crazy. You're like, oh man, the country is like like people are dipping out of here, man.
Oh, for sure. Because Kagoshima, we haven't had any bear scare because it's like a southern part,
Yeah, you're
so
in
it's
Kyushu.
really warm. But inoshishi is a thing. So like my mom used to like work out. There's this like a little park in our neighborhood, so she would go there and walk around. That was her like a workout routine. And then I really loved that like park because it's like my childhood memories or whatever. So last time I was in Japan, I was like, I want to go to the park, and my parents are both, no, like inoshishi deru kara abunai kara って言って
That's
we
crazy.
have a for real
Yeah, it's
inoshishi
real. That's
scare
real.
now. So my mom just like walk around the house, like that's her routine now. And I was like, damn, like when you really face that in person like that, it's like, wow, like めっちゃ田舎がさらに田舎化してて like really it's that shock is like kind of indescribable.
It's this conversation this year. So like they just did the official kanji for the year was bear and stuff like that, right?
あ、そうだったんだ、やっぱり。
And it's crazy how people right now outside of Japan, when they ask about Japan, they're like, so why don't we can go here, right? We can do this, right? I'm like, do this, like, this is gonna sound crazy. It sounds so crazy. In 2025, you're talking about like a big country, a major country, and you're like, actually, the most dangerous thing right now, the bears and wild boars are going crazy right now. People are like, what? What are you talking about? That sounds so ridiculous.
I
like,
know.
no, you don't understand. It's
they
a problem.
don't understand.
It's actually like a major problem.
Yeah, it's a really serious problem. Yeah.
Have you ever seen inoshishi like in real life? Like a wild one?
Like, yeah. I mean, I've like in a zoo, not like I don't want to touch them. I don't want to be like around them.
So around the Kobe area, they've like come to the edge of the city for a long time. It must have been like 15 years ago or something. It was with my honorary brothers from Osaka, and we were in the Kobe area. There's like they have also like Yokohama does, like a foreigner cemetery, and like where they had the old consulates and stuff like that. So we were like kind of coming down that road, and there were two massive inoshishi like eating trash. And there was a guy, Sarariman, with a briefcase. Must have been just like totally. Why can't I remember English words? He must have been just totally wasted, like really drunk. And he was really angry with these inoshishi. And we were in the car.
God.
He was not scared at all. He was like lecturing them. It was a really, but that was a really long time ago, and definitely now they're coming out a lot more. I think around that area they were already used to it a bit, maybe.
I guess, yeah.
Because right by
the area,
right on the edge of the mountains.
Yeah.
And Kobe is, even though Kobe is a big city, if you go around like Sannomiya, it is really like kind of dying. Like there's, it is.
That's hard to believe too, because I'll tell you, like, one of the major takeaways I had this year was Kobe, to me, is awesome. I love Kobe. Kobe is like, to me, the perfectly balanced city in Japan. Because it's like it feels like a big city, but it's not as crowded. Tourists aren't going there swarming it or anything like that. It's like a really just balanced place to live here. I thought, like, compared to like Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, like not even close. Kyoto,
Kyoto is crazy. I heard.
It's pretty. It's clean. It's like the best parts of like big cities and smaller towns together.
Yeah, the problem is the shotengai. なんかその小さい店はやっていけないんじゃないかな。
そうだね。
そういうのは全部閉まってる。And it looks kind of ghost town.
But you're close enough to Osaka and Kyoto to where if you really need to get something big like that.
Oh yeah.
Outside the shotengai, like you can take a day trip and just go to one of those places.
Oh yeah, living there, you're not gonna have problems living there. It just the look of it.
Surviving for those local like a family shops and things like that.
What is it, shatagai or something like that? But it's not that bad, right? Not in Kobe. In a lot of the
シャッター街ね。シャッター街知ってんのすごくね。You guys are so Japanese for like no シャッター街って。
No, that's real. That's real. I told you, like, when you're going around to some of these country places and you see like some of those economically like dead towns, that's real, bro. Like the guy is super real.
Yeah, but to know that word, like that's really impressive. That's such a niche Japanese, I feel like.
I didn't know that word. I just learned it from Obama right now.
Yeah, see, there you go. Speaking of Japanese, so how did you learn how to speak Japanese? Like, did you take classes or you just like picked it up like naturally?
When I first came here, I think I could say like good morning, good night, my name. I think I could count to 10. Like I didn't really. I was kind of just like, yeah, I'll just go. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So what I did was, okay, yes, I did it like the hard way. I've never had like lessons or anything like that up until like this past year. Past year or two, I started studying for like JLPTs. But when I first started, honestly, I just went to the local library. I picked up textbooks and I would just like crush the textbook. And then I would go to the kickboxing gym and I would go to the arcade and I would just talk to people. That was literally
that's
it.
Cool.
I just so at first I couldn't speak respectfully. I was like bad with Keigo because at like kickboxing gym, like, you know what they'll just say like no one would use Keigo or Sun Keigo or anything like that. Right?
It doesn't matter over there.
Like really frankly and really normally and really friendly. So maybe that was kind of bad. And also like the arcade too is like everybody. People would just like talk shit, or there'd be like no respectful speech or
no more casual. Yeah.
Really, really, really casual, no formality. But that's kind of where I got my bearings, to be honest with you. And then from there, I just kind of just kept I eventually started like studying more seriously, and then eventually I just took some lessons, maybe in the past 2 or 3 years, but mostly just self-taught.
That's incredible. Yeah. Do you have a favorite Japanese? It's like one of my favorite things to ask nowadays. Like, what's your favorite?
Okay, well, like thinking, what's your favorite English then? Yeah.
Definitely cuss words, because like to say like fuck is like, I didn't know how versatile that word was.
You can do anything with fuck.
You can, exactly. And then I was so confused. Just think about this like little Asian girl that was born and grew up in a village in Kagoshima, come over here, and then my English knowledge was something that I learned in textbooks. So like I would be here and then I'm like, how are you? First of all, nobody asks you how are you. They're like, what's up? And I literally looked up and I was like, what is up? And what is the response to what's up? What are they even asking me for? Then I was like, I'll be like, say something like really like okay response. Then I'll be like, well, what's up? And they're like, oh no, just like, it's just fucking same, or like, oh, it's just like I fucked it up, something. And like I was like, what does that mean? Like sometimes like when you say fuck, it sometimes means really bad and sometimes it's really good. And then it's up to me how to like like the how I look at it, the response is like whether good or bad is like I have to like guess it, like. And then there's no like a direct translated word for that in Japanese, but it's so versatile. So I think I really love that one.
It's like where there's a level where language shock becomes culture shock, or vice versa, So like something like that, that's not gonna be in a textbook that a high schooler has.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
You have to just you have to just experience that.
And there's no way. And the people in California like talks really fast, but yeah, definitely fuck the bitch, like damn, like something like that. It's like it's so it's probably one of my favorite. Yeah.
I don't know if I have a favorite word or a favorite Inonaka no kawarazu.
Oh, Inonaka no kawarazu.
Yeah, I like that one. That's a Hyogen, but like that's Hyogen or whatever.
Hyogen is good, yeah.
I guess
it is good, yeah.
Kanji, I really like castle, Shiro.
I
don't know why I like it, but I just like it. I just like it.
I mean, it looks cool. Yeah.
It's a cool looking kanji. Yeah. I guess maybe that's why.
Jo.
I think my favorite Japanese is deshone, because you can make it really sarcastic. And it's not easy to make lots of things sarcastic in Japanese. So if somebody says something that, I really love saying. でしょうね。And also like lately なんか最近うちちっちゃい子とかすっごいなんか大人とかお姉さんみたいに喋ろうとしてて。She's like elementary school, right? でお姉さんは is like teenager and speaking all this slang and stuff. So we have a lot of やば。
やばね。
So anytime that that the little one says something that could be a little bit surprising, that's just my response to her every time, automatic. Oh, yaba. Even if it's not yaba at all.
Very, very you. Very
the
you.
shone is really fun.
The shone is really fun.
I was thinking like a word or something like that, but you went in a completely different direction. But I totally get it. You know, like that's a good one, actually.
It's like, what's fun in the language, right? So it can be a phrase, it can be a word, it can be kotowaza, it can be a idiom.
You know, I don't. This is not necessarily like a favorite or anything, but there's this term I learned this Super Bowl like years ago. I was watching with my friends, and my friends was actually rooting for the team in New Orleans. I don't remember the name of the team, but it was like the time that like Kim Kardashian was like dating with one of the dudes. It was that time. So then, but her team was losing. And I was like, oh, like your team is like a losing. I said it like an idiot. And then she goes, it ain't over until fat lady sings. And I really did not know that term. And I was like, what does that mean? And then she was like, that's the term. Like, it ain't over until a fat lady sings. It's like, okay, like what, first of all, why is a fat lady involved? What's happening? Yeah. So then she broke it down, all of that to me. But my ESL goes like, first of all, I think it's so rude that you just decide that it's fat lady. What if the lady don't categorize herself as a fat lady, you know? And I was like, okay, like I get the point of the term. But like when I heard that, I was like, that's so funny. Like I would never hear that term like that. Definitely in Japan. It's like a very cultural American term to say, but I thought it was really funny when I learned it.
And it's like the first time you hear it too, you're like, you don't even know what it could mean. You know?
Yes.
There's no way to know. You just have to know.
Yeah, and the other one is like, what is it? Something about the baby from the bathwater. Like,
don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah. First of all, why would you even do that? You know, like,
you would. You would.
Yeah. I was like, what are these terms? Like, why are we saying that? You know. So to me, like with the shock value and the culture shock and all of that, those things always like a stack out to me. Yeah.
But I think. I mean, English is naturally like so wide open like that, especially because you have way more. You know, like Japan is obviously like its own country, right? It's like there's lots of different regions, there's lots of different dialects, and people can be really. You know, everyone's the same, obviously, but it's like people. There can be small differences in terms of like expressions and stuff like that between even just like sub areas of regions. But English is like, man, you have to deal with British English expressions. America has so many. Is kind of like the same. It's just like really diverse in terms of accents and expressions. Then you have the ESL regions that you get their stuff in, and it's just like. I don't know how you're like the fact that you got as good as you got, and it's like from a student perspective, I think you're crazy. There's no way. Like learning English sucks.
It does.
Yeah, I've heard some people say like, "Oh, English is so simple because it doesn't have a lot of the conjugation."
Who said that?
It is not
They're a liar.
simple.
It is not so many like exceptions. Like as far as grammar goes, Japanese is very simple compared to English because
I think
there are exceptions, but way fewer than English.
That's
English
true.
is like, and also like reading. Have you ever watched those Instagram videos where they're like, okay, this is ear, EAR, but you add a B on it, it's bear, and
right.
like there's no rules.
There's no rules
that are all, but there's exceptions, multiple exceptions to all the rules.
Yeah.
I don't think it's true. I don't think it's easy to learn at all.
No, it's not at all.
It's just a high speaking population, so people learn it. But you're teaching English though, right? Are you still teaching English? Or no, John, you were.
No, I haven't taught in probably 8 years.
Okay, so. But when you're so I've taught very little English because I'm terrible at it. I'm better at teaching Japanese just because I remember learning it. But what did you find challenging? Like to me, I just don't like the job because I'm really bad at it. And like I said, to me, it's a really hard language. So it's very hard for me to find a good approach. Like
that really wasn't the issue. The issue with doing that stuff is honestly the management, the jobs, like they're just not good. You know what I mean? It's just like, no, just being honest. It's not like it's never like the kid. It's never the students. It's never the school itself or anything like that. That's the easy part. Like, man, I was working at like a special needs school.
Oh wow!
Special needs, and some of the students at the special needs school were better than like other like non-special needs schools. You know, just the craziest thing to me was that there was this one girl, she was maybe like 15 or 16, and I just started talking normally. I was just like talking normally, and she was like keeping up. And I was like, wait, have you like lived overseas or something before? She's like, no, I've been, and this, we're talking about like countryside Chiba too, by the way.
Yeah.
So she's never left countryside Chiba before.
Wow.
I was like, why do you speak so well? Like, why do you study English so hard? Like, how you should not be able to communicate with me like this.
Yeah.
And she's like, I just like watching Fast and Furious. That was what she said. She's just like, Wild Speed Metro Ski was like,
Wild Speed, soda.
I'm like, huh? You got this good just by watching movies and Netflix?
すごい。でもわかるかも。
She went hard in the paint, and yeah, she got really good. There's people that'll surprise you. You know, like the students connecting with them and like being excited about like teachers and progress and stuff like that.
Right.
That's cool. That's the heartwarming part. The messed up part is those companies and like that industry and the management. That's the part that'll just, you know, drain you. But
yeah, man. Yeah. Sorry to hear that you have to deal with that.
No, I mean, like it's like a light complaint. It's people work way harder than that job, that kind of job, you know. But it is an issue with that industry. Is like, I think that's a common thing actually. People get really frustrated with like the management or the way some of those businesses are run because they are businesses, right?
Yeah.
It's not like it's just they want to teach for, you know, for fun. It's businesses. It's like really competitive too.
Yeah.
Competitive and formerly, I don't think it's as lucrative anymore as it was previously.
No, I don't think so anymore. I'd like maybe compared to like 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, no. But even so, like that's still just, I think, a constant hurdle for people who work those positions, and that's one reason why like the job turnaround and turnover rate is so high. But people want to come into Japan, so nothing changes really.
Yeah, I mean that's what you have, this supply of people who just will do anything to live in Japan, and you have the employers who are hiring people who don't speak Japanese, don't know the labor laws, don't have any connections in the country, so they're at the mercy of their employer. And there are definitely worse industries, but it does end up being a kind of poor cycle.
So net.
But I'm just really bad at teaching. The students were always really great. I taught kids for a little bit, and the kids were always awesome. But
kids are awesome, yeah. Yeah. So then, how did you get into kakuge? Like, when did that start? Were you always doing that?
Oh, yeah, I'd say probably certainly since high school.
Oh,
in a serious way. But that kind of, while I was working, I kind of got into like broadcasting. And so like I started working with some of the arcades or game centers and doing that.
早いね. You were doing that already.
One thing after another. Eventually, like I got jobs for that, and so the
cool.
jobs became, that is a hobby, but it became the job.
That's the best
kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, that was 早かった. Like he was taking cameras to the arcades and streaming from there. Right?
Wow, pioneer for sure.
No, not pioneer. There's definitely people who do. No, there are people who have been doing that for a long time. But I kind of, not pioneer. Pioneer means like the first, right?
The first, or somebody that excelled at it.
I pushed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not the first, but I did it. But tried to do it more, do it better.
I think I think that's what the pioneers were.
I feel like it too. You're one of them. You're
Pushing
one of
to
them.
the West Coast.
Maybe, but I guess I remember or I know people who kind of have this same experience that I did, where they kind of were bridges between communities.
Yeah,
So, like between English speaking community, between JP speaking community.
Yeah.
I look at myself as just like I'm another one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even though I think for language people like us, because AI is getting so much better, it feels like it's less valuable now, you know? But I still think that there's something really cool about it. I still think there's something really fun about being able to just like bridge between communities and communicate with people.
Yeah.
In different settings like that.
Yeah.
I think it's valuable still.
It definitely is. What was the first kakuge that like you got into? Do you remember?
She's trying to get to Mortal Kombat.
It's probably if I were to say seriously got into, I'd say Third Strike, Street Fighter 3.
Oh, okay.
Seriously. But at this point, I'm kind of weird. I play like a lot of them. I'm not great in one, but I end up playing all of them a little bit.
I see. Yeah, no. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm maybe strange, but Third Strike was maybe the first one that I really felt myself get into. And that's Street Fighter 3 Third Strike is an interesting game because at the time when it was new, it wasn't so popular.
Okay.
But over time, it's become kind of a fan favorite game.
I see.
It's like a cult classic.
Yeah. I was gonna say like it must be a cult hit. That's so cool. How many Street Fighters are there now? I've seen somebody's like posted on the Insta story, and then he plays a lot of game. And then I think it was like a Street Fighter, and it looked nothing like what I remember. And when I say what I remember, I'm talking about the 90s.
The newest one is Street Fighter 6. That one's really popular in Japan.
Oh, okay.
You probably, if you look, you could probably find people talking about it on Twitch. Like there's an event going on right now, actually. In Japan, that game is kind of taken off. It's one of the top games overall in Japan right now. In terms of viewership, in terms of how many people play it, in terms of how many people attend events for it. It's right now one of the top prospects in Japan for a game.
How like far back do they go like Evo and competitions and stuff for like do they have old school games as well, or is it
I mean
I don't know anything about this as well.
I would say the way it works is retro titles is what we call them. Those kinds of games that are older than a few years where they're not new anymore. The people that still play those, they will show up to events and still compete in those games. But the new titles, because publishers and 出版社とか開発者は大会の賞金とかあります。直接にサポートできるから。Modern titles usually will have like prize pools and will have tournament circuits like pro tours. Those have become much more prominent in the past 10 to 13 years. So those titles will most often like get major support at big events.
I see.
But for a lot of the older games, a lot of people still really like some of those games. So even if there's not so much money or something like that, they still want to go and play them. You know? So people will bring setups to go play, and they'll set up stations, and they'll play. You can play whatever you want, really. But it's just about you have to find the event that was running the game that you want to play, and if they're not running it, you can say, "Hey, Sayaka, you want to play this game, right? I'll meet you there. We'll bring a setup and we can run it.
Uh,
Get other people to hop in. Yo, you guys want to play this game at this event? We'll be there. And then we go play. It's that easy.
Interesting. So fascinating.
There's a ton of different games though. That's the cool thing about fighting games is it's kind of like spices, you know?
Yeah.
There's salt, there's pepper, but there's also like lemon pepper, there's cayenne pepper, there's turmeric, there's all these kinds of spices in each game. Not just Street Fighter, but like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 6, Street Fighter this game.
Yeah.
They're all fighting games.
Yeah.
That if you learn how to play them, and you understand the mentality, if you understand the approach to play them. So, for example, if something is you play mahjong, right? Maybe you can understand this, or if you play chess or shogi.
I do not play anything, but Jen does. You
can conceptualize this. Just
yeah.
Idea. If something is a big risk, but you have to think about the reward. If it's big risk, big reward, that's not a consistent decision to make.
Right.
If it's small risk, big reward, that's a more consistent decision. So it's decision making and it's execution, being able to do commands.
Yeah.
When you get the mentality of how to think about the games, you can learn one and then you can actually just learn another one and just still have the same mentality.
Yeah.
But they're a little bit different.
Right.
So maybe this game will showcase or highlight this skill. Maybe it's like defense or movement or something.
Yeah.
This game, maybe the movement is not so great, but the offense is really good. Or something like that. It just depends on the game.
There were actually like a lot of mahjong players who moved over to格ゲー. もう麻雀は将来がないからみたいな. And they're actually like really like high level. Like
その
ソンちゃんとか.
将来がないというわけですか?
Oh, that's what you're thinking.
Mahjong, there's no future.
Like now they have M League and stuff. でも当時は I think there was a lot of stigma about the like gambling aspect and stuff like that. And playing tournaments, like kind of, they weren't like, the tournaments were out in the open, but everybody was working at parlors that they technically now with M League they're not allowed to work at those parlors. And yeah, those players were working there and succeeding there and actually working with the people who are now M Leaguers. So なんかそういう人たちはもうどんな業界でも絶対上に行くっていう性格っていうか。
Yeah, so the story of like Bonchan and Umehara are probably the most famous, but actually, just anecdotally, just like between us. So I used to live in Shinjuku. The reason why I lived in Takanababa was because there still is a famous arcade famous game center in Takanababa. So I used to just go to work and then finish work, go to gym, finish gym, go to arcade, stay until close time. That's why. And so a lot of the players that I played with, they all play mahjong, and what they would do is on Friday and Saturdays, arcade would close. They would go to the mahjong parlor and play until first train.
So
that was not rare. That was like pretty common, actually.
Damn, that is a completely unknown world to me. Wow. That sounds just exhausting, like to keep that hassle though. Like, wow.
That's just how some of them got down. That's just how some of them were.
I think it was just like and then I imagine many of them also would go and line up for pachinko in the morning or slots.
There's probably I'd say there's crossover between like pachinko heads and in those kinds of games too.
There's a lot
For
of
better or worse.
crossover with mahjong. They like mahjong pros go to pachinko parlors as guests and play fun pachinko because like a lot of them are writers. They're like writers for pachinko or
so at the local that I run, there's a guy that comes sometimes. He's like a really famous pachinko parlor writer.
Oh,
Right, like guides on not just the parlors, but like the games too, like strategies to win and stuff. And he's really good at maybe I shouldn't say the game, but like he's really good and kind of well known for a particular game. I
only know like Umi Monogatari.
I think he's talking about a game other than pachinko.
I see.
It's a cocktail game.
なるほど。
He's a player, but he's not famous as a fighting game player. He's famous as pachinko player.
なるほど。
There's one really famous one that joined our mahjong league as well, and those writers just made bank and
really
like a lot of them invested and he's set up, and now he just joined the mahjong as a mahjong pro basically for fun. Because he's getting some work as mahjong, but there's no way that they're paying as much as the pachinko stuff paid. But a lot of crossover between all of those, like なんだろう、悪そうなやつは大体友達。
俺はヒップホップ育ち。
Like these even like KY as well. He was doing that for 15 years. He wasn't writing, but he was pachinko for pachinko and played mahjong. And he was never into kakuge, but a lot of crossover in all this industry.
There's probably something about all of those games that is they scratch a similar itch. So in fighting games, in a lot of situations, you end up having to gamble. Like I have to guess what you're thinking, and we're playing rock paper scissors basically. It just turns into まあ読み合いとかたくさんの場面がまあじゃんけんになります。So if you think about it in those terms, it's not strange for like people who are into gambling or playing poker or playing mahjong or playing pachinko. The gambling, it's all like gambling centric kind of.
そうだね。
It makes sense that there's and when I think about it, honestly, so we're talking about in Japan, like mahjong player crossover between mahjong players, pachinko players, and fighting game players. In the West, it's like poker players and fighting game players. So it's like that same kind of, that same kind of feeling, that same kind of itch.
Dude, they're all playing poker right now at Japan Open Poker Tour in Takaranobaba, right down the street. BT is happening for like a week right now, and it's basically 24 hours now.
Damn.
They have like なんか一つの会場でもうずっと空いてて、もう多分何十個なんか90わかんないすごいいっぱいある大会。
すごい See, like I have so much respect for you guys that like 格ゲーストリームとかさ、チェスとかさ、なんか you have to like focus a lot. The concentration, level of concentration you have to have for like how many hours is like I could never imagine myself like having that 集中力途切れちゃいそうだからすごいよね。すごいよ。And then like top of that, you do like not only you do kakuge, but also like you're streaming, hosting, communicating with the viewers and things. Like the wearing a lot of hats. It's like
that part is exhausting. But honestly, you say like it's shuchuryoku and stuff like that. The irony is, like a lot of times when we get together and play. We just get drunk. We just get drunk and just play. Like it's not like so you're like it's a test. Like oh my god, I have to focus. Blah blah blah.
I feel like it. Yeah.
Some players they become strongest when they're just drunk.
When they're drunk. Okay. Maybe like take off the edges has actually helped them like kind of clear their head.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just like it's not super raw focus all the time.
I see.
Part of it is fun and like it's like we're having the way the game works is because of the Jonkin situations and like the Yomi-ai. It's like we're having a conversation in the game. Or we're having an argument.
なるほど、なるほど。そうね、
So
そう
you
ね。
think you can just jump on me, but I say no, stop it, stop it. So I tell you stop doing that. So you say, okay, I'll do this. I say, no, you stop. It when you just like drink or whatever, it happens faster. You know what I mean?
I see. Okay.
あとすご技が出る。一番すごい技は多分もう楽しんでる時に出る。集中してもうロスはできないって思ってるとすごい技はできない。安定に決めないといけないからすごいリスクを取らないといけない場面と、あともういいやこれでって思うところですごい技が出る。
そう、ぶっ放しでやる。
ぶっ放し。
あと面白い技。
そうなのね。そうか。
なんかふざけてもいいときは。
あ、そういうことか。へえ。I love hearing that.
Many great stories, I feel like, from competition as much because people are playing safe and they're being like cautious. But you get so many like funny, like, oh my god, this is a crazy situation. Like, ふざけてもいい場面で。
なるほどね。
いっぱい出る。
なるほど。
それは配信とかにつながるんじゃないかな。
そうだね。そういうのが結局みんな見てて楽しいし、受けるだろうね。Like you get a lot of views too. へえ。
So, okay, Sayaka, who's your favorite character in Mortal Kombat? You spent a week playing Mortal Kombat last.
Okay, so I feel like I need to fill John in for this. So I have a mentor, actor. His name is Richard Lawson. And he is a regular member of this Tyler Perry series on Netflix called Beauty in Black. And to film that show, he has to go to Atlanta. And Tyler Perry is known for filming everything so quickly that you really have to be on your thing. So he would always hire me to be his assistant when he like go film the show. So I would go to Atlanta. And then he gets me Airbnb. And then I've been to Atlanta twice for that gig. And that Airbnb he would book for me somehow has an arcade game in the room that I stayed at. And there's a Mortal Kombat. And so I'm horrible at the game, but I was like, as long as I will be here, I'm going to play as much as I can and then try to be better at it. So that was basically my life in Atlanta, whether I'm working for him, if not, I'm playing the Mortal Kombat. And I think I don't necessarily have a, you know what I do? What's his name? He had this like, 傘かぶってて something zero? Wait.
Are you talking about Sub-Zero?
So Sub-Zero. Towards the end of my trip, Sub-Zero. Wait, is Sub-Zero? Sub-Zero's the one that has like Inazuma.
Sub-Zero he's the ice ninja. You're talking about the guy wearing the Jingasa, right?
Oh, あれ誰
the Jingasa guy is Raiden.
ライデンだ、そうだライデンだから雷あるじゃん。あれ途中でしてすっげえ強そうじゃんと思って。So then I started using Raiden a lot.
ライデンとサブゼロとスコーピオンは一番人気があるキャラクター。
やっぱそうか。And also thing about me is that like I'm gonna root for my people, and when I say my people, I'm talking about Asian people. So I just ライデンってでもさ、日本の名前なんじゃないかなって思って。ライデンって。
おかしいな。
そう？
リーグのチームあるよ、ライデンって。
あ、そうなん？わかんないけど、でもライデン、I'm like, this is my guy. Like, this is my guy. Before that, it was Sub-Zero. Yeah. But I in my level, I definitely gotten better, but I could never figure out, like, once I, like, attack them, right after that, they always, like, low kick me, and I didn't know how to avoid that. Like, I was struggling, no matter how much I, like, punch or high kick them, and then beat them to the point, but, like, right after, they always low kicked me. So nothing but the low kick. What was that about?
What you're going through is everyone goes through. Everyone.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
That's usually everyone's starting point is.
Oh, that's like everybody's first wall.
Yes, that's
oh.
it. It's not just you. This is everyone.
Thank you. That makes me feel better. I'm like, what am I doing it wrong?
Tons of stories like that.
My Kakugei game was Tekken Tag Team. I had Tekken 3, but Tekken Tag Team came out when I was in high school. で、友達、なんかもう、女性はやってなかったの。女の子は私だけがやってたから、ゲーム。もう本当に、もう中学生の時から。I went on a vacation with my friend's family, and her older brother brought a friend, and they were playing Mortal Kombat the whole time.
Yeah.
で、私はそっちの方に入ってて、That's when the Mortal Kombat movie came out as well. And so we went to see the movie, and my friend didn't want to go, but I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I want to go. So I, like, もう別行動になっちゃったの、親友と。
なるほど。
Then, so in high school, I was playing Tekken a lot. Like, I'm not good. I was just playing for fun, right? Like,
no, Tekken's probably, I think, a common one for a lot of people, especially. There's a certain age group where Tekken 3 on PlayStation was a really, really popular game.
That's
so,
what I started.
For a lot of people, they that was probably like one of their first memories. So for me, I have a video on YouTube talking about this. This is like my cousin. 僕のいとことは今何歳？わかんない。If I'm 37, my cousin's probably like 41, I think.
Oh.
So when we were younger, when I was, real little, like Gosai, Rokusai. So we always would be at my grandmother's house. I would always meet him there, and we would always play game. We had like Street Fighter or something. So I can remember Street Fighter 2. He had it at my grandmother's house, and we were playing, and he would beat me. Always beat me. He knew Hisatsuwaza. He would use Hisatsuwaza on me.
Yeah.
I asked, hey, how do you do? And he wouldn't tell me.
Ah, that's so mean.
Yeah. So, 超ずるいの。
Oh, ずるすぎるよ。
So then he got my little cousins. He tells them special how to do these. Then they beat me.
That is unfair.
But it's like our that's our war. This is how this is our thing. So later, it's like every few years we would have to play a game that's the new Street Fighter.
Yeah.
It would be like that. So it was like that for maybe like 10 years. Every year or every 2 years, we would have to play like lots of. So eventually, I would start beating him. Right?
That's so funny.
Yeah.
よく続けたな。ずるいのされてたのに、なんか嫌な思いで、もう格ゲーは嫌だってかなりそう。
Yeah, that was like 小学生と時中学生と時かな。
That must be so satisfying. You're like, all these years, finally.
I mean, yeah, but it was cool because it was like an intro to the games, but also it's in a way it's just when you talk to young people now, they don't have those kinds of experiences where it's like, this was something that was really cool to me, really fun. And at the time, you think it's a big deal, like beating your older cousin like that. But even though it's not, it kind of is. It does like, it kind of, it gives you a mentality or something to overcome. I think like,
Yeah.
So like you beat your grandpa in chess and you're like, wow, I must be the best chess player. Like I'm prodigy. Like that's how I felt when I was a kid, and I realized my grandpa wasn't that great at chess. But I used to beat all the boys at Tekken Tag Team in high school, though.
But even that is a step, right? Even that's a step for you. Is just like that's even if it's a first step. Can I beat my grandpa in pool?
Yeah.
You know, and like you for a long time we like are even, and then like recently I played him and I beat him really bad, and
Yeah.
I felt bad. I was like, oh man,
No, you earned it, so you should celebrate. And if anything, like cousins should be celebrating you too.
But yeah, that's kind of how I started with Street Fighter 2.
That's cool. That's such a great nostalgia, that attached to it. That's really cool.
But I want to know who you would pick in Mortal Kombat and Tekken tag team.
Me?
Yeah. Who would you play with?
Oh, MK, I like Smoke.
Smoke. Wait a minute.
His name is what? Smoke Kamui? Like
あ、そうなんだ.
Yeah, there's a ninja. He's a ninja. There's a ninja, but he's also a robot. And when you pick him, he has smoke. There's smoke all over him.
Oh, this guy.
I like him.
He looks cool. He looks really cool.
He looks really cool.
Yeah.
Tekken characters, I usually end up playing Lei. Lei's the Jackie Chan kind of character.
Tag team. I'll tell you, Xiaoyu and Eddie is the best combination. But who would you pick with your Lei?
Lei, at that time, I'd probably do like Lei and Ogre. Ogre was the boss character of that game, so I really like the ancient Ogre variation, the older guy.
Yeah, it is cool how they have like two. Back then, it was like really cool how they had two, and you could unlock.
Yeah, you can like mash them. That's so cool.
You could like unlock. So each character has like it's basically a different outfit, but you could unlock them.
Yeah, there's a ton of characters like that in those games, and
I think
that's also another kind of game too, is tag style games. So it's not just one character you have to pick. You have to pick two characters. You have to make a team. That's a different kind of fighting game.
Yeah, for sure.
The same idea still applies. You're still doing the same kind of decisions, making the same kind of strategies.
Yeah.
But you have a team instead of one character.
That's
more fun.
Exciting.
It's like you get to be more creative a lot of times.
See, I didn't make it to that point. Like I was my Kakuge experience was done. Like before that.
We gotta get you on some real stuff.
I
think next time you come to Japan, maybe we have a Kakuge lesson.
I would love to. That's something.
Tatakai Tuesday, we'll get you right.
All right.
I would love
awesome.
to. That's something I neglected as I was growing up in Japan. I didn't know what I was losing. I didn't know what I was missing.
You say that the cool thing about Street Fighter 6's growth in Japan is, just speaking frankly, there's so many new players because the community here is really strong and they have like really good events.
Yeah.
To get people into playing.
Huh.
And the crazy thing is like, so your image might be like these kinds of games are dominated by boys and men, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Street Fighter 6, there are tons of women playing.
Really?
It's like you would be shocked probably.
Really?
And they're good too. They're
wow.
It's the community's done such a great job of being able to give them a place and like a means to just like pick up and play. There are ladies only events. There are like mixed events.
Wow.
There's a variety of ways to engage with the game, and I think like it's really cool to see so many women who kind of took advantage of that with this game. It's really cool to see.
That sounds similar to it's happened a lot in mahjong, especially recently as well. A lot
ladies events and I like that it's not just ladies events because I think that can feel almost like this is my Western sense, right? Where it's like I think it's easy for that kind of thing to feel like pandering or like babying, like that. But I like that there's a mixture of those and then mixed events too, where it's like you get to choose what kind of platform, how you want to play and how you want to. I value that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of discussion about this in poker as well. But the thing is, if you have such a small percentage of women in the community, poker, and I imagine it's exactly the same with fighting games. It's definitely the same with mahjong. There's different stages of tournaments. and there's different ways that you have to play at different stages. And just percentage wise, like the chance of women getting to a final table in poker in a mixed event is much lower, just by the statistics, right? So if you have women's event, then they get that experience of final tables, and then they do better, I think, in the mixed events.
It's like if they get to train in that platform in the community.
Yeah, I mean, I think that speaks to the strength of having the option of doing both.
Exactly. It's a step in the door to get it more mixed, and eventually, maybe it won't be the population.
Maybe that curbs the disparity in the end. But that's something that this has kind of been developing anyway. But with Street Fighter 6, this has really become a big deal because, and it's cool to see. It's great to me. I just I want more people to try the games. I want more people to see the appeal in them. And I want, the way I look at it, I play these games and I know how hard they can be. So I don't like when there's this really hard thing. I don't like it when people the game is already hard. I don't like it when people have to deal with other stuff. And you know what I mean? So it's like whether it's you being a lady or you being like trans or gay, whatever. It could be anything. I don't like people already having to deal with extra difficulties like that.
Right.
So it's cool for me to see, especially like the way the JP scene has kind of developed things here, is being able to see so many different kinds of players and new players, old players who never show up to an offline event, or maybe they were scared to or something like that. Being able to see so many of them rally around and play like that is really cool. I like it. It's it's a good feeling.
I found even more like overlaps with Mahjong as well. It's really cool. Like, thank
you for sharing that.
Okay, I think that we are running out of time. I think
we did. Wow, see, it flew by.
I wasn't timing exactly, but yeah, we're getting close to the 90-minute mark. So, and I know it's getting late for Sayaka, and we've kept John for a while.
Okay.
Oh, 大丈夫. Like, listen, like it's post Christmas, between the New Year is the phase where nobody knows what time of the day it is now, what day of the week. I'm in that era. Like, I'm muteki. I'm muso shiteru right now. So,
いいね.
Yeah. I'm gonna start drinking after this because.
You could have started drinking during it. You could have.
True. That's true. Yeah. Actually, I could have probably as well. I don't have to drink.
I could. I should have checked. I was like, since this is New Year episode, can we just like have a party vibe? That's okay. We can do it next time. But yeah. But okay, go on, Jen.
Well, I think that we want to have John on again in the future, if possible.
Yeah.
Because it was really fun, and I think
it
that
was really fun.
And I can definitely come up with a good game next time. Usually, I have games with questions and things like that, so I will definitely come up with a really cool game.
And I have a lot of question about to John about like his New Orleans days and things like that. So you definitely have to come back here, and that would be really fun.
Yeah, bet. I'm of course always down. Thanks for having me on anyway, but also just happy holidays and happy New Year's, everybody tuning in, and happy New Year's to you guys. Thanks for the invitation. Thanks for having me on. And yeah, I think 2026 I'm looking forward to. Hopefully it's better than 2025 was for everybody.
Yeah.
If you had a good 2025, hopefully it's even better, you know?
Yes.
I just wanted to say that, yeah, thanks for the opportunity to be able to come on here and talk to you guys like this. And I'm looking forward to learning how to play Mahjong.
Yes, I can't wait to teach you Mahjong. I love teaching Mahjong. I really love it. So I'm excited.
I have a lot to learn this coming year. So now Kakuge is on the list. Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to read us out, Sayaka?
Yes, I will. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for listening to the Sukeban International podcast. No matter where you come from, what you look like, who you love, or what language you speak, 我々Sukeban 国際隊はあなたの仲間。You are a part of our community. We will do our best to bring you love and laughter. 居場所がないと感じる方も少なくても毎週この90分は私たちのところに居場所がありますのでまた一緒に過ごしましょう。We are already saving you a seat. So in the meantime, you can follow me on Instagram, the one and only Sayaka, Jenn on all social accounts under mahjongjen, and John, where can we see you? What's the best one to?
The good thing about having such a crazy, ridiculous name is I'm easy to find. If you type in Majin Obama on Google, you'll find me.
So it's Majin Obama because I only saw it in Romaji でしか見たことなかったから、マジのオバマだと思う。マジのオバマね。
No, it's Majin Obama. It's a bad name, but it's my name.
そしたら when you spell it, so like M-A-J-I-N
space
then Obama. That's a really cool name. Damn, I need to have a better.
You're very kind. You're very
かっこいいよ。We are Sukeban.
かっこいい。かっこいいよ。マジでかっこいい。Okay, and no.
Do you see the name of our podcast? Our podcast is Sukeban.
Yeah. It's cool if you guys do it. It's not cool if I do it.
Yeah. All right. Oh, and she's not here today, but usually our producer Irie is like with us. So be sure to check out Irie's stream at Irene TV on Twitch. So また来週まで take care of yourself. And 絶対に忘れないでほしいことは You matter, you're important, you are loved, and you belong. Thank you. See you next week.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
私もよろしく。
はい。
Okay, goodbye.